Satnam, Sahib Bandagi, Salam Alaikum, Namaskar, good morning to each and every one of you. On behalf of the Seepersad family, I want to extend a welcome to each and every one of you to this, the funeral ceremony of our dear Pitaji, as you all know. And just to let you know that today's ceremony will be done in accordance with Kabirpant traditions. Some months ago, before he passed away, we had a satsang here, and he called me and he appointed me to conduct his rites whenever he passes away. He said, I'm getting old, my body's getting weak. You don't know what will happen, what day. So I am here upon his request, personally to me, and to conduct his ceremony in accordance with Kabirpant tradition. And we also had a discussion about who his guru was, which is fundamental to our belief system, that when you have a guru, no matter what happens from that time of initiation to the time of passing and beyond, that guru, that power upon initiation remains with you as a guiding light, a guiding power. Okay, and he did indicate his guru was a man, Kedar Das, who grew up, as a matter of fact, who had his mission established just around where I live. And there's a big mandir that we have constructed around a shrine that he built. He came from India. So our dear Pitaji here, he has a connection with Sadhguru Kabir Sahib through the Parampara system, which is really the guru and disciple succession, disciplic succession, which is the root and the fundamentals of Kabirpant tradition and belief system, that you can get moksha or liberation through a teacher, a established guru, a guru who has evolved himself, that can teach you not only through his words, right, but through his aura of grace, adhyatmic powers that he grants. So today, there's little that we can do for his soul other than really connect with him through our thoughts. Okay, so but I will explain more about that. So our thoughts of love, devotion, our thoughts of gratitude, our thoughts of Shama, forgiveness, Daya, mercy, are the thoughts of making your own plea in your own special way, family members, friends, relatives who are here in a very, very special way, so that Sadhguru Kabir Sahib, who is the connoisseur, who is the one who is redeemer of souls in our path, and hopefully some solace will be brought to him, and his pathway will be cleared of many obstacles of karmas. Boli Sadhguru Kabir Sahib Ki Jai. So let us all start through our prostrations and salutations to all those teachers who we have learned from Sadhguru Kabir Sahib down to present Harinam Sahib, who is our present Hajur in this mission. So let us all close our eyes and offer our devotion and love and bhakti in whatever way we have come to know how to do. Satnam Sadasuprit Adi Adali Chinta Purishamunindra Karuname Kabir Surati Yoga Santain Dhani Dharmada Churamaninam Sudarshanam Kulpatinam Prabodh Guru Balapi Kamalnam Amulnam Surati Sanehinam Aknam Paknam Pragatnam Dhirajnam Ugranam Dayanam Hajur Grandamaninam Hajur Prakash Maninam Hajur Udaranam Hajur Mukandamaninam Hajur Ardanam Ki Daya Char Guru Bans Biyad Si Daya Sakalan Sahib Bandagi सब विधि मुद मंगल करणम हरनय शेषकले सत्य नाम समनाम नहीं वरदायक वरदे गुरु के सुमिरन मंत्र से नाशत विघ्नयनन तासे सर्व आरंभ में ध्यावत है सब सन गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः ज्ञानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रामूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षामूलं गुरुकृपा बन्धो गुरुबलकञ्ज कृपा सिन्धु नररूप हरे महामोहतम पुंज जासु वचन करण कर राम कृष्ण से को बड़ा इन हो तो गुरु कीन लोक के वेदने गुरु आगे आदि पूजा गुरु को कीजिए सब पूजा जहि माई जब जल सींचे मोर तड़ो साका पात्र बंधु चरण सरोज गुरु मुर मंगल गाय जैसे वतन भूत है भवसागर के पार गुरु दो के तर तुम बिनरत तद्वारे प्रगत दर्शन दीजिए गुरु स्वामी या सुनो बिनती मोरे बलि जाओ विलंबन कीजिए गुरु नयन भरी भरी रहते हो निमिष निधन चाहिए गुरु बारी बंदी शोर सुहाब की बंदी शोरारी तन भय व्याकुल दिन देखे अवतार हो भगत तन में भूतत दुख से हो गुण अपराध क्षमा कर अगणपति तभी सारिए यह विनती धर्मदास जन के सज पुरुष
Distress without thee, O Master, we knock at thy door, that you may appear and show us the way. Listen to our prayer, dear Lord, we beseech thee, please do not delay. Our tearful eyes are tired, awaiting thy approach. Please do not withhold thy love, even for a moment. Give us thy helping hand, O Saviour, and save us from the entanglements of this life. In various ways we have lost hope. We cannot exist without thee. The fire of worldly desires burn within us. How can we endure such terrible pain? Kindly forgive us our sins and do not leave us in this helpless condition. O Divine Master, listen to our prayer. बोलिए सतगुरु
नमो नमो गुरुदेव को नमो कबीर कृपा नमो संत शरणागति सकल पाप विचार बंदी चोल कृपाल प्रभु विघ्न विनाशकनम अशरण शरण बंधु चरण सब विधि मंगलदाम गुरु जी से दरस दीदार Abadil Maganaye Guruji Siddhasanidhar Abadil Maganaye Maganaye Dila Maganaye Dila Maganaye Guruji Siddhasanidhar My heart is overjoyed seeing the form of my beloved Master. Amar lok se sahib aaye, Amar lok se sahib aaye, Bolat param didar, abadil maganaye, Guruji Siddhasanidhar. He has descended from Amarlok, the eternal kingdom, to open the doors of delusion. The window in the sky is beautifully decorated, and the infinite twinkling lights aglow. Guruji Siddhasanidhar Abadil Maganaye Amini Charana Kamala Parabhinave Amini Charana Kamala Parabhinave Nile Anga Prasad Abadil Maganaye Guruji Devoted harmony bows to the lotus feet of Sadguru. Dharmadas, please with join hand, O Sadguru, please grant unto the soul freedom from this world of delusion. Amini charana kamala parabhinave Amini charana kamala parabhinave Nile anga pasad Abadil maganaye Dharmadas binave kar jodi Dharmadas binave kar jodi Satguru Hansa Mubarak Abadil maganaye Satguru Hansa Mubarak Abadil maganaye Satguru Hansa Mubarak Abadil maganaye Bolo Satguru Kabir Sahib ki jai Dhani Dharmadas Sahib ki jai Sri Hajurarjanam Sahib ki jai Guru Bhagwan Chanda Sahib ki jai. So brothers and sisters, I now invite you numbers 5, 8, 12. At this point in time, while we do pujan for all the main participants here, 5 male persons, and we also decorate the body, putting marks at certain specific parts of the body for spiritual awakening and purification. We'll be doing what we call the Gyan Gudri, which is the quilt, this body is what we call a Gudri, quilt of knowledge. And in this body, there is a secret. There is a Gupta Gyan, a knowledge inside you. And this, while we decorate the body, and decorate this body, the Gyan Gudri makes reference to this science. Okay, so Prince Sahib, while we do this, Prince Sahib will be reciting the Gyan Gudri. Boliye Sadguru Deva ki jai.
धर्मदास बिनवे कर जोड़ी साहिब सुनिए विनती मोरी काया गुदरी कहो संदेशा जासे जीव का मिटे अंदेशा अलख पुरुष जब किया विचारा लख चौराशी धागा दारा पांच तत्व की गुदरी बीनी तीन गुणन से हारी कीनी नामे जीव ब्रह्मांड माया समर्थ ऐसा खेल बनाया जीवन पांच पचीसो लागे काम क्रोध मोह मद पागे काया गुदरी का विस्तारा देखो संदो अगम सिंगारा चांद सूरज दो पे बंद लागे गुण प्रताप से सोवत जागे शब्द की सुई सुरति का दौड़ा ज्ञान की टोहन सिर जंग जोड़ा अब गुदरी की कर खुशियारी दाग न लागे देख बिचारी सुमति का साबुन सिर जंग धोई घुमती मैल को टारो खोई जिन गुदरी का किया विचारा सो जन भेटे सिर जंग हारा धीरज धुनि ध्यान धर आसन सत की कोपी सहज सिंहासन योगी का मंडल कर गति लीना प्रेम पावरी मुर्शिद चीन्हा सेली शील विवेक की माला दया की टोपी तन धर्मशाला महर मतंगा मत वैशाखी मृगछाला मन ही के राखी निश्चय धोती पवन जनेऊ अजपा जपे सुजाने देव रहे निरंतर सद्गुरु दाया साधु संगति कर सब कश पाया लौकी लकुटी विजया glory क्षमा कराओ बहिर पहोरी मोहि में कला सुकृत सुमरनी प्रेम पियाला पी गई मौनी उदास कुबरी कलह निवारी ममता कुत्ती कोललकारी योक्ति जंजीर बांध जब लीहा अगमय गोचर किरकी चीन्हा वैराग त्याग विज्ञान निधान तत्व तिलक दीहा निर्वाण गुरुगम चकमक मनसा तूला ब्रह्मयग्नि प्रगट कर मूला सकल ब्रह्मचारा पांच पचीसो प्रगट मारा दिल का दर्पण दुविधा खोई सो बैरागी भक्का होई शून्य महल में फेरी दे अमृत रस की भिक्षा ले दुख सुख मिला जग का भाव त्रिवेणी के घाट नमाओ तन मन शोध भया जब ज्ञान तब लख पावे पद निर्वाण अष्ट कमल दल चक्र सूझे योगी आप में पूछे पिंगला के घर जाए मन नारी रहे तनराय ओहन सोहन तत्व विचारा नाल में किया संहारा, मन को मार गगन चली जाए, मान सरोवर बैठ नहाई, अनहद नाद नाम की पूजा, ब्रह्म वैराग देव नहीं दूजा, छुट गए कश्म कर्म जुलेखा, यह नैनन साहिब को देखा, अहंकार अभिमान विडारा, घट का चौका करो जियारा, चित कर चंदन मन सा भोला, हित कर संपुट कर ले मूला, श्रद्धा चवर प्रीत कर धूपा, नौकम नाम साहिब को रूपा, उदरी पहिरे आप अलेखा, जिन यह सगल चलायो भेषा, साहिब कबीर विकस जब दीना, सुर नर मुनि सब खुद ही लीना, ज्ञान गोदरी परे प्रभाता, जन्म जन्म के पातक जाता, ज्ञान गुदरी परे मध्याना, सोलख पावे पद निर्वाणा, संध्या सुमिरन जो नर करहि, जरा मरण भव सागर तरहि, कहे कबीर सुनो धर्मदासा, ज्ञान गोदरी करो प्रकाशा, माला तो भी सुमिरनी, सतगुरु दिय बख्शीश, पल पल गुरु को बंदगी, चरण नवाऊं शीश, भव भंजन दुख परिहरण, अमर करण शरीर, आदि युगादि आप हो, छाड़ो योग कबीर, नमो नमो गुरुदेव को, नमो कबीर कृपाल, नमो संत शरणागति, सकल पाप होए छाड़, बोलिए सद्गुरु कबीर साहिब की जय।
Okay, brothers and sisters, we will now have the Aarti, where the main persons who are doing the ceremony, Vidya Vaijya, Lala Vaiji, and other siblings and relatives. So they will be doing this Aarti with this Jyot Aarti. It is made up in a special type of way with certain mantras and all that. We hope that when you do your Aarti, you express Aarti is one way that you express love. Actually, the light of the Aarti is what you call Chetna. Chetna means consciousness, and it symbolizes the consciousness within you. We call Chetna Prakash. It is not just a light, but while you light that light and you give that light, you are focusing on your own consciousness and the power that radiates from that consciousness, which is essentially a part of God, according to the teachings of Sadhguru Kabir Sahib. And through this power, you are sending your love, and you are sending your forgiveness, and all your thoughts that you may want to express when you do this Aarti. So it's a way, Aarti fundamentally is to express love to someone. And the malas will be placed wrong. Of course, he can't bow down, so he will break the mala side here, who will show you. And I forgot to mention that I am supported here by Prem Das Ji Sahib, Senior Sahib. We have also John Sahib from David, Rupdev Sahib, and myself usually referred to as Kumar Sahib. Okay? And also Sharon, Bahenji Sharon, who is a very long-standing devotee of Sadhguru Kabir Sahib. Okay? And also my wife, Karen Day, former principal of Agustini Settlement Catholic School. Okay? So when we look at a body there, according to our philosophy, is that we see a physical body and we think that body has died. But according to our teachings and our yoga philosophy that encompasses how we view things, and an influence how we view things generally is that you have several bodies that you have to relinquish before you attain moksha. And this is just one body. You have what you call, this is the Stula Sharir, and you have Shuksham Sharir, which is the subtle body, or astral body. And you also have Karana Sharir and Mahakarana Sharir. So presently he is operating or existing in the Shuksham Sharir, which has all the imprints of the Gyan and Karma Indriyas, the things that he did, and with his hand, the thing that he saw, his deepest aspirations. Those things don't just die with you when you die. They become imprinted in your mental framework, and that mental body, the Karmasraya, remains with him. And he, while you may not be able to see him, he can surely listen to you, because thought waves are very, very powerful energy waves. The universe is filled with thoughts. Everybody is thinking all the time. So when we think positively and think love, should certainly, according to our tradition and belief system, he will certainly receive it. Boli Satguru. So Prince I will start the Aarti, and we will start doing the Aarti.
Vishayam गोवे संगा मलिया गिरी में बसे भुजंगा विषय अमृत गोवे संगा मलिया गिरी में बसे भुजंगा मलिया गिरी में बसे भुजंगा विषय अमृत गोवे संगा कैसे आरती करूं तुम्हारी महामलिन साहित्य हमारी तिनुका तोड़ दे हो परवाना तब हम पायब पद निर्वाणा तिनुका तोड़ दे हो परवाना तब हम पायब पद निर्वाणा तिनुका तोड़ दे हो परवाना तिनुका तोड़ दे हो परवाना तब हम पायब पद निर्वाणा कैसे मैं आरती करूं तुम्हारी महामलिन साहिब देवो हमारी धनी धर्मदास कबीर बल गाजे गुरु प्रताप आरती साजे धनी धर्मदास कबीर बल गाजे गुरु प्रताप आरती साजे धनी धर्मदास कबीर बल गाजे धनी धर्मदास कबीर बल गाजे गुरु प्रताप आरती साजे कैसे मैं आरती करूं तुम्हारी महामलिन साहित्य हमारी कैसे मैं आरती करूं तुम्हारी महामलिन साहित्य हमारी महामलिन साहित्य हमारी संतन करती आरती सनकादिक कर से संतन करही आरती सनकादिक कर से कहे कबीर सुर नर ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश साहिब ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश सत्य पुरुष के आरती गावे साहिब कबीर सत्य पुरुष के आरती गावे साहिब कबीर धर्म करे सब जीव का निर्मल होए शरीर सुमिरन नाम नीम से करो प्रेम सहित अनहद गुण सुनहो सुन सुन गुण बिड़यानी चलो सहस कवल चल पानी बढ़ो श्याम सीत तथयागे चलो मंगे नाल के भीतर घसो वहाँ से त्रिपुटी नाम संहारो ओम ओम संग बहुत पुकारो प्राणकार गुण सरवर तीर हंसनिधि जहाँ श्वेत श्वेत पर जहाँ गंभीर सुरत निरत घस धारी धीर जन्म जन्म की काटी तीर छान करी जहाँ नीर और खीर आदम अक्षर निरखी निहारी महासुन की करई तैयारी अंध घोड़ जहाती कर भारी सतगुरु बल से हार सिधारी भवर गुहा पहुँची एक छिंदुरी बंसी की धुन पड़ी श्रवण में सोहंग सोहंग सुनई पुकार हंसारूप देखो जिहार वहाँ से चला अमर पद आई सत्य नाम धुन बीन सुनाई अलख यगम गाना कलिया जहाँ आगे रस अद्भुत किया आगे को फिर सूरत नाई धाम अनादि गई समाई अभीर आरती करई बनाई भीर दासु कोई संत जनाई नहीं वहाँ पालन दीपक माती सदा आरती बहु विधि गाती चरण सेव चरणामृत पीती उमंग सहित परसादी लेती छिन छिन सतगुरु रूप निहारो पल पल सतगुरु हृदय धारो सुरत शब्द संग आई जागे सतगुरु मिले बड़े निर्भाग आरती करो आज सतगुरु की तन मन भेद चढ़ाओ भक्ति तन मन भेद चढ़ाओ भक्ति तन मन भेद चढ़ाओ भक्ति बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय।
Brothers and sisters, Sadhguru Kabir Sahib has given us voluminous wisdom on the whole concept of taking birth in this life. He says, Manusha Jan Durlabh hai, mile na barambar, pakka pal jo gir para, bahuri na lagi dhar. And with Sadhguru Kabir Sahib, he never wrote anything. Masika gaj chuyu, chuhu nahi, kalam gahi nahi haat. He never held a paper or pen. And yet, he was able to give so much wisdom, because he was called Satguru Kavi Sahib, is what you call a true guru. Before his appearance in the year 1390, the word Satguru did not exist. So he was the forerunner on the part of saints coming from medieval period in India. All the universities studied his Dohas and his Sakis. Okay, and it is popularly called Doha, but it's also called Saki. Saki comes from the word Sakshi, and Sakshi means witness. So whatever he spoke was really testimony for what he's saying. So he said, "Main kahta tu aankhein dekhi, tu kahta ka gad ki lekhi." He said, "I speak of what I see, but you speak of what is written on paper." Okay, so there's a fundamental difference. So when we share with you Sakis or Dohas of Satguru Kavi Sahib, it comes from him, and it comes from what he's actually seeing and witnessing the world to be. Okay, so in terms of that, he tells us, "Jis marne se jag dare, mera man anand, marne se hi paiye purana paramanand." He says that this death that many people fear is a source of joy to me. And how that statement seems very paradoxical. How can dying be a source of joy? And philosophy investigates and philosophy inquires. And that being said, the saints that came from the Satguru Kavi Sahib Parampara, the succession, they tell us, you were born to learn how to die so that you could begin to live. And only when you learn the art of dying, you start living. Okay, that's philosophy. So this is why Kavi Sahib is telling you, we look at death as something that where the body dies and it's unable to house the soul again. The physiology cannot accommodate this soul, so we call that death. But the life flows on, Satguru Kavi Sahib, incessantly. And the way one dies and where one goes beyond this mortal framework, right, is dependent fundamentally on two factors. One is the law of karma. Okay? The law of karma has written within it the law of compensation, the law of retribution. Yaha karam, they say, tata phalam. As you sow, so you shall reap. So karma is an immutable and it is an inexorable law. It means that you cannot just open your eye and change it. So everything that you do, all the thoughts that you have entertained, your deepest aspirations in life from birth, you have come with some skaras, impressions, and you have that what you call destiny, and you have free will. You have destiny that is written in your karma, but you also have free will. Free will means like a sheriff gives a deputy a gun to control law and order, and he takes it and he commits suicide or he shoots somebody, a family member. So he has free will, but how you use that free will in this life will determine what will be your final destination as you cross this mortal framework of life onto the borderland where you will reach the golden frontier. So this is Satguru Kavi Sahib teaching, and he says you must find out certain things about life. He said, "Kahan se aaya jeev yaha, kisme jai samay, kaun dod char hi chala, kahu mujhe samajh aaye." And he says that you have to ask, how did the soul find itself in this body? How many of us have really answered that question or found a teacher who could tell us how? Who could tell us what happens in the ethereal world where he's existing now, where he has the ethereal body? How many people can tell you that? Vasa surati avahi, shabda surati lejai, pariche surati asri, so gurdiya batai. He said that surati pasti sansar mein kaho kaha ko jai dwar na pawe shabda ka, pir bhatka ka. Our consciousness is riveted in the material world and we are all become lost. And now he said, Manucha janma dulabha hai. He said this human birth is precious and rare. You will never get again. Pakka pal jo gir para, bahuri na lage dar. It's like plucking a fruit from a tree. You can't reattach it. So Satguru Kavi Sahib gives the teachings fundamentally how to live your life so that your death will be something of auspiciousness. There is a very popular Saki where he says that marte marte jagmoa. Avsar moa na koi, avsar par jo hi mare. फिर नहीं मरने हुए. Our Guruji who passed on just about a year ago, even in his, when he was dying, he shared his sack. He said, people are dying over and over again, and none has learned to die properly. That's the wisdom of Kabir. You have not learned. Only when you learn the art of dying, when your death is something auspicious, you will know when you are dying, and you are knowing where you're going. It doesn't make sense you are dying and you die and you hang upside down like a bat in a dark cave. You have to know where you're going and you have to transition. This is why I say, Purana Parama, supreme and complete bliss awaits the one who understands what that is and how to die and see it as a source of joy. It's like a graduation. So our Pitaji here, he is graduating into something bigger. The fact that he has a guru, right, that is a fundamental change. This is why we say this is Antim Sanskar, Antishti Sanskar. You have many whole points in your life when you are born, when you have taken a teacher, a guru, when you get married, there's another sanskar, and there's about 16 of those which we will go through. And this one here, the final one, is that whole point in your life where you receive a new set of guidance and new set of instruction by the same guru who you became initiated by. And we have documented evidence in many of our scriptures where the guru has come, right, to rescue the soul from this Bhautagar, from the whole cycle of coming and going. There's a wonderful bhajan also that says, Santo son is desh hamara, jaha jai pir hansana aave, bhav sagar ki dhara. He says that, O saint, such is our country. On reaching that, the liberated soul does not return to this whirlpool of delusion. Such is that country. So, with your surati, he says, surati se dekh le wohi desh, dikata dikata disana lage, mit gaye sakar andesh. He says that. These are the words of Sadhguru Kabir Sahib in many of the dohas and bhajans. You will have heard, many of you who sing bhajans, you will hear, Kahata Kabir suno bhai sadhu. Kabir Sahib is telling the sadhus, you know, he's telling the saints, Santo, O saint, such is our country. On reaching there, you do not return to the whirlpool of delusion, which this world is all about. Your surati is trapped, surati sansar, surati pasi sansara mein kaho kaha ko jaye. Your surati, your consciousness, your attention is focused on the material world, in the secular world, that you want to have a house and have possession. And your whole life is meri karte karte biti re umariya. You're dying and you're going on and say, this is mine, that's my car, this is my children, this is my spouse. And you go down and you're holding on to the world and you will not relinquish your attachments. So he said, life is much more than that. Sadhguru Kabir Sahib speaks the philosophy that you have to enjoy the best of the two worlds. While you live, you have to also learn how to die. A lot of people don't focus on that and they see that as an irritating. But Sadhguru Kabir Sahib sees that as a glorious thing, is a graduation out of this, the imprisonment of this body, where you can have only dukh. Dukhiya sab sansar mein kaho kaha ko jaye. You know? Sat dvipanavakan. And he says that wherever you live in this world, wherever, whatever, whatever divisions of the planet you live in the world, you must go through suffering. So he says, Deha Dareka Dan. He said that if you know how to deal with illness and suffering in this life, certainly you will get the formula. You know, he said that once you take birth in this life, you are destined to suffer some kind of a problems. You know, and Deha Dareka Dan Sabka Hu Ka Hui Jnani Bhoge Jnana Se Murak Bhoge Hoi. He says the suffering, the Jnani deals with his suffering with wisdom, and the ignorant one keeps crying all the time. So these are some words of Kabir Sahib as we are here witnessing the passing of our dear Pitaji and his transition onto the Amarlok, which is the plane of immortality. So I just want to ask Prince Sahib now to sing this bhajan. This is Dori which we sing, and he will give the meaning. Shabda Singhasan Patami.
So, Bandi Sahib, just story. It says, O hands, O soul, you have come to sit on the platform of Shad. And it goes further to say, you belong to Moldweep, that original place that you came from. And the soul sitting on this seat of Shad will pass to that final destination. All the people, all the souls of Jambu Island, this earthly plane, who have come to receive the passport from you, help them up by holding their hand to the seat. Boliye Sadguru Kabir Sahib Ki Jai. Hansa chute baaj jo कोटि सिंह कर जोर सुमिरन दीन दयाल का पहुँच गया निज ठौर शब्द सिंहासन पात में तुम हंसा बैठे आए हो शब्द सिंहासन पात Sadguru Kabir Sahib Ki Jai.
So brothers and sisters, we come to the point where we will be offering. We have a coconut here. that we used in the last ceremony as it pertains to our Pitaji, yeah, moving towards that immortal plane, Amarlok. It is what you call Hans Gavan Chalawa Vidhi. Vidhi means method. Vidhan means how you do it. With the precision with which you do it is Vidhan. So Chauka is what you call Shabda Vidhi, and it employs method and Vidhan, Vidhi and Vidhan. So during the night, dark night period, we will be doing this Chauka. It will be the last rites that we have to perform. There will be nothing you have to do after that. You can do, now till that time, you can do satsangs in the home to keep the home purified, to keep the home lively, away from the whole feeling of and the trauma of the loss. So Kabir Sahib, once again, before I do that, I would ask the attendant, driver, could you please open the arm so I can access the hands, his hands. Yeah. So while he does that, he says that taking a cue from this bhajan Shabda Singhasan. Singhasan means like a throne. So there's a popular saki, Aaye hai so jayega, Raja rang pakir, koi Singhasan char hi chara, koi bande jat janji. He said, who has come? One sure thing that we know for sure, once we take birth in this life, we will all go through this one day. And I always ask myself, living a life, I'm retired now, and I always ask myself how I myself will reach my end. What will be my last thought, my last moment? How would it be like? Would it be auspicious? Would it be crying and wailing and weeping about I'm leaving this world? So he said that who has come will go. But the difference is, one will go sitting, he said, whether he's a king or a pauper, you have to have the same death. And we all have the same birth. We came through the same method. Okay, we came through the womb, right? And we all take birth. So there's no, Kabir Sahib doesn't see any differences whether you are a prince or a pauper, whether you are a prime minister or a garbage collector. Fundamentally, all of you have the soul. He says the body is blind. The body doesn't see the soul that is dwelling inside there. Moko kahan donde bande, meito tere paas. Where dost thou seek thee? Lo, I am beside thee. And you can recognize me by just the twinkling of an eye. Okay? So he says one goes on a throne. Koi singhasan char hi chara, one ascends the throne. And one, koi bande jat janjir means like chains. One goes chained to the world. So you have to decide where you want to go and where you live your life. Because he has passed on, but we are here who are witnessing his funeral. Right? It is an opportunity. It is a condition incidental to his dying. That we gathering here and we get the opportunity to listen to great messages. Because he was a Kavipanthi. He got initiated. You would have had somebody else doing the ceremony. But we have to echo the words of Sadhguru Kabir Sahib so that it will resonate into beyond the physical realm into the ethereal realm where he is. And that will bring solace and soothing joy as he sinks into that realm where he will now be the veil of that stupefied condition or that swoon that he existed in will be removed and he will get that awakening of where he's going. Bole Sadguru Kabir Sahib ki jai. So while I do this, Prem Sahib, we could probably sing a Dori, right? Right? Give it just a minute.
In this song, in this story, it says, Guruji se daras didar, ab dil magan bhai. अब की बेर उबारिए, मेरी अर्जी दीन दयाल हो. The meaning of this Dori. This time, O reliever of the meek, this will be Sadguru Kabir Sahib, please relieve me in this life. I came from that country and I have now become a foreigner. I have forgotten the way back. I have lost the Naam. I have wandered from age to age only to be caught by the hands of Yam. With joined hands, I pray, please be with me and don't forsake me. The river of poison is very rough and the fierce current is tugging. On the banks, the crocodile of attachments devours all the righteous ones. The boat of Sadguru Kabir Sahib in the form of Shad will rescue one in the wink of an eye, the few Hansas who come aboard. Boliye Sadguru Kabir Sahib ki Jai. अब की बेरा
उबारिए, मेरी अर्जी दीन दयालो.
चली जो पुतरी लोन की थाह सिंधु को लेन, आप ही गली पानी भई उलटी कहे को बैन. बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय. अब की बेर उबारिए, मेरी अर्जी दीन दयाल हो. अब की बेर उबारिए, मेरी अर्जी दीन दयाल हो. आई थी वही देश से भाई परदेशी नार, वह मार्ग में भूलिया, वह मार्ग में भूलिया, बिसर गई निशाना. अब की बेर उबारिए, जुगन जुगन फल मत फिरी, यम के हाथ दिखाए, कर जोड़े विनती करो, कर जोड़े विनती करो, मिल के बिछड़ी मत जाए. अब की बेर उबारिए, विषम नदी विकराल है, मोहित करिया धार, मोह मगर के हाथ में, मोह मगर के हाथ में, खोए सुर नर झार. अब की बेर उबारिए, शब्द जहाज कबीर का, सतगुरु खेवन हार. कोई कोई हंस उबारही, कोई कोई हंस उबारही, पल में ले छुड़ाए. अब की बेर उबारिए, मेरी अर्जी दीन दयाल हो. अब की बेर उबारिए, अब की बेर उबारिए, अब की बेर उबारिए. बोलिए पूज्य सद्गुरु कबीर साहिब की जय.
So brothers and sisters, we will have now what we call a joli. It's going to be passed around. A joli really means a little bag, right? And it's a sack. And somebody, two family members will come. And the philosophy behind the joli is the philosophy of what you call shama. Shama means forgiveness. You cannot nullify the karmic bonds without forgiving. If you don't have that quality, Kabir Sahib saying, of forgiveness, you cannot leave this world not forgiving people. For people, things that they have done to you, or maybe you have done, or asking for their forgiveness if you have done. A mind that is a mind of integrity will reach that position and operate in that realm of Shama, forgiveness, and Daya. Daya and Shama. Karuna means compassion. You have to have compassion to have forgiveness. You have to have love to be able to forgive. If you can't forgive, there's a saying, I'll go forgive him, but I can't forget. That is a great flaw. You can't operate like that. That is false, jhuta. So Kabir Sahib say you have to operate in the realm of Sat, truth. This is why our flag, we're going to fly with the hearse, the two flags, we wrote Satnam. We usually write it in marker. We didn't get the flag before, but we wrote it in Chandan. So it has imprinted in it that power, that pratik, that symbol. That's a pratik, that's a symbol of something that is the foundation of our life, the foundation of what he has initiated. So that foundation is going to go with him. And we will be chanting the Satnam Dun when we make the 5 stops, between the 5 stops at the cremation, where he will start giving up his 5 bodies. All the sharir that he will giving up, and he will start giving up the 5 senses. And there are 5 planes of consciousness which he has to traverse. It will sort of reenact that whole concept when we go towards the pyre. So Sadhguru Kabir Sahib say that Sadhu, ye murdu ka gaon. He said we live. He has a funny way of putting philosophy. Ye murdu ka gaon. We say we live in the village of the dead. It doesn't mean that everybody is dead, right? It means that everybody has to die. Pir mare, Paigambar marihe. The great religious one, Pir, Paigambar, the messengers. Have a die. Pir mare, Paigambar marihe, Zinda Jogi. The yogis who tell you come and do all the yoga. Of course, my daughter who teaches yoga, she might look at me, who tell you, okay, you come and do yoga, I will prolong your life. Even that yogi dies. And the people who teaches yoga also dies. Pira mere Paigambar mere, mariye zindagi, Raja mariye. The king dies and Praja, his subjects die. Mariye Ver or the Rogi. He said the doctors die and even the patients die. Okay? So that way he said, Kabir gar bana kijiye, rang ka na hasiya koi, ajahu nav samundra mein, na jane kya hui. He said, do not be proud. Do not laugh at anyone. Because your boat, ajahu nav samundra mein, it is traveling in a turbulent ocean. You don't know when it will get toppled over. Okay, and we hear about real instances of these things. So you live your life away in such a manner, which I was saying. So I want to ask Prince while the jury is going around, that he will just bring a message. I think that our Guruji probably had, when he was alive, would have helped to frame these words. Most Prince Sahib? Some of them, right, are the words of our Guruji, right? That, our Guruji says the Guru implants his immortality in the disciple. This is why the Guru cannot die. Even though, right, the Guru dies physically, his immortality is implanted and remains the disciple. Just like his immortality remains with me. I always remember him, I always remember what he taught me. So this is the central teachings of Sadhguru Kabir Sahib. So while the jury is going on, Prem Sahib, I want you to listen attentively what he has to say. And this will be coming down to the close of our ceremony here. We hope to leave around 10 o'clock. I'm sure we will reach before 11, which is our allotment time, right? Okay, so we are going to the time, right? So Prince, I will read that. And so this Joli is based on the philosophy of forgiveness. So if he has done you anything, you feel that Ombaji has done you something, whether children or neighbors or whatever, and he wants to ask you forgiveness and say, I am forgiving you, side G, right? And if you have done him anything, vice versa, and you want to ask his forgiveness, because he cannot, in his present configuration, he can't ask for forgiveness, but we who have been appointed to his funeral is asking this on his behalf. So, but if there is no bad feeling or anything like that between you and the deceased, you just give us flowers of love, an offering at his feet. Okay? So you can take a little bit from the Julie. There is no similarities. This is just a pure symbolic something, but your heart is not really symbolic. What you write in your heart is read. Okay? So this is fundamental. So there's two people in the bathroom, right? Many people. One will pull the Julie, one will take the right side here, one will put it in the Julie. When you take the right side, your prayers are put it. And during that time, Prince Sahib here, senior Sahib here, who is the son of my Guruji, right? So he's a Guru Bhai. He will share some words of wisdom coming out from the various scriptures and himself and our Guruji. Bole Sadguru Kabir Sahib ki jai.
Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Bandagi Sahib and pleasant good morning to you. We are here today continuing in the tradition of our Guru Mahantri Devchandas Ji Sahib, Satlokvasi, in conveying our condolences and to conduct the traditional rituals as requested by the family of Mr. Seepersad. So we join you in remembering his life, and we recall that we will come to the same stage in due course. We all therefore want to support each other and be attentive of what we can learn that may contribute to our own spiritual progress. One verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita states, Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. And the gist of this verse from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, is that the soul is never born. It does not die. The soul always existed and will always exist. Only the body is subject to birth, change and rebirth. The soul also takes different bodies as is necessary for its evolution. In the Quran, Surah Baqarah, verse 28 says, How can you disbelieve in Allah when you were lifeless and He brought you to life? Then He will cause you to die. Then He will bring you back to life, and then to Him you will be returned. In Anurag Sagar of Kabir Sahib, it is written, Anurag Sagar of Dharmadas Ji Sahib, it is written about the creation. Satya Purush jab gupata rahai, karan karan nahi nirmai, samput kamal rah gupta saneha, pohupa mahi rah purush videha, ichha keen ansh upajai, hansan dekhi harash bahupai. And the gist of this is when Satpurush lived in latent form. Satpurush is another name for the Supreme Lord. He had not created the body and matter. When Satpurush lived in latent form, he had not created the body and matter. In other words, that is before the Big Bang. This is before the Big Bang. As oil is hidden in the lotus, in the same way, Satpurush used to live hidden. In his will, in his mouj, in his will, he created the souls. The souls means all of us. Looking at them, he felt very happy. So most traditions recognize and emphasize the eternal nature of the soul, all of us souls, and our return to the Creator. One of the verses attributed to Sadhguru Kabir Sahib says, "Jis marne se jagdari, mera man anand, marne se hi paiye, puran param anand." And this translates as, "The death of which the world is afraid brings peace to my mind." This is what Kabir Sahib says. It is only through death that one can find permanent peace. Otherwise, peace is temporary. Sadhguru Kabir Sahib also says that Dharmadas ji in the Anurag Sagar, "Kal hi jeet hans le jahi, avichal desh purush jaha ahi, jaha jai sukh hoya apara, bahuri na aave yahi sansara." And this says, translated as, overcoming Kal, he takes the soul to the motionless plane where Sat Purush is. Reaching there, one finds infinite happiness and is freed from coming back to this world. Overcoming Kal. Kal is, in our terminology, Kal is the mind, our mind. And he takes the soul means the Sadguru. The Sadguru accompanies the soul back to the motionless plane. The motionless plane is what we might loosely term as heaven, but here we talk about Satlok, or the supreme heaven, where Satpurush, or the supreme God, is. And reaching there doesn't come back. So the Sadguru comes from that place, just like we came, to give us the Sat Updesh, this message, the message of how to get back, the message of who we are, what is our body, what is our mind, what is our soul, what is our objective, how do we live, how every thought, word and deed can be executed so that at the end he can escort us back to that motionless plane. Because obviously, if we are not just like God at the end, then we cannot merge with God. It will be like something foreign. So all our thoughts, words and deeds have to be left here. We have to absolve them or resolve them. So in our tradition, this is the teaching. The Guru guides the soul to its hope. When and only when the soul is ready, the Guru or the Sadguru escorts the soul to its point of origin, Sadguru. So this is in short the message that we have gathered from our Guruji, which comes from Sadhguru Kabir Sahib, and which we would like to share with you this morning, to re-emphasize that we are here to be with you, to accompany, to help in any way possible that we can. So with these few words, on behalf of Sai and Mom, and the Mahans, and all of the assistants here, we offer our support and our best wishes as we join you in prayer, seeking the grace and protection of the Sadguru for our departing brother and his family. Holy Sadguru Kabir Sahib Ki Jai.
Thank you very much, Brain Sahib, for that very comprehensive and comprehensible presentation of some thoughts and ideas from our Guruji and the various scriptures as it pertains to birth, death, and dying, and going beyond. So we have come to the final part, which is what you call Bira Prasad. We will have this Bira Prasad also at the Chowka for those who will attend, but it will be of a different nature. This year is what you call Pan Parwana. in Karipan language it's called like a passport. So you can't go anywhere without passport. So this is infused with specific mantra, and maybe later on, before the Chaukata Satsang, we will explain a little bit of the power of this Pan Parvana, which we will give to him, that although it may seem symbolic, right, based on how the realm that he is dissing out, he will certainly receive this. So he has that level of awareness. And Prince Sahib, after that, we will have final viewing of the body for all those who didn't see. And Prince Sahib will sing a bhajan, Chalo Hansa, Satalok Hamara, Choro Yaha Sansare. So while I do this, when you go to view the body, right? So if you want to start it. And give me. Yeah. After the final viewing, then we will prepare, we will wrap up the space system and so forth. We will have enough time to reach the Mosquito Creek for 11. Okay?
This song that we are going to sing, bhajan, Chalo Hansa, Satalok Hamara, Chodo Yah Sansar Ho. O Hans, O soul, let us go to our true home. Let us leave this world of delusions. In this world, time is the king. He has spread the net of karmas. The 14 regions are within his mouth. This is 7 hells and 7 heavens. And he devours all in entirety. This is time. He gathers and birds the sheets of the soul and reincarnates them over and over. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva also took incarnation. What to say of all the others? The righteous ones, great beings and sages were all deceived and placed within the 8.4 millions of life forms. Beyond space and time is the Lord's permanent residence, where the light and sound of God have their origin. How can one ever describe the indescribable scene, where the light of innumerable suns is put to shame? In that immaculate place, where the flower of the celestial melody blossoms, the souls dwell in endless sport. The light of millions of moons and suns cannot equal one hair of the Supreme Soul. In that place is the city whence the streams of nectar ever flow. Sadguru Kabir Sahib says, listen, O Dharmadas, behold the wonders of the court of the Supreme Lord. So now we'll sing this.
I invite you to come do the last viewing as we sing this bhajan, and after the bhajan is finished, then we will prepare to go. We'll do a closing prayer, and then we will sing.
झलके ज्योति झिलमिलाए बिन बाती बिन तेल चहुदिश सूरत हो गया ऐसा अद्भुत खेल चलो हंसा सतलोक हमारा छोड़ो यह संसार हो छोड़ो यह संसार हो यह संसार काल है राजा यह संसार काल है राजा कर्म ही जाल प्रसार हो काल है अवतार वो प्यार वार कोई ना करी धारे पीर पीर दे अवतार वो जार वार कोई ना करी धारे ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव तन धरिया और को कौन विचारे हो सुर नर मुनि सब छल बल मारे सुर नर मुनि सब छल बल मारे हे चौरासी निवार हो सुर नर मुनि सब छल बल मारे हे चौरासी निवार हो मध्य आकाशयाम जह बलिते ज्योति शब्द सहराय हो ज्योति शब्द सहराय हो काका रूप कहाँ लग बनो रूप कहाँ लग बनो अनंत भान उजियार हो काका रूप कहाँ लग बनो अनंत भान उजियार हो काका रूप कहाँ लग बनो अनंत भान उजियार हो काका रूप कहाँ लग बनो श्वेत स्वरूप शब्द जहाँ फूले हंसा करत विहार हो कोटि चाँद सूरज छिपी रहे कोटि चाँद सूरज छिपी रहे उजियार हो कोटि चाँद सूरज छिपी रहे उजियार हो वही पार एक नगर बसत है अमृत अमृत धार हो बरसत अमृत धार हो कहीं कबीर सुनो धर्मदाता कहीं कबीर सुनो धर्मदाता लखो पुरुष दरबार हो कहीं कबीर सुनो धर्मदाता लखो पुरुष दरबार हो कहीं कबीर सुनो धर्मदाता बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय।
Sisters, at this point in time, we just want to do our final prayer. If you can stand where you are and just be silent for just about 2 minutes. We will complete this and close this ceremony out with a words of prayer. Bole Sarguru Kabir Sahib ki jai.
Please close your eyes and we offer a last prayer before we leave. Namo Shabd Rupi Suhejat Karta Dayapal Swami Sabe Kasht Harita Vishalam Kripalam Vishalam Kripalam Dhaniyantrayami Videham Swarupam Kabiram Namami Videham Swarupam Videham Swarupam विदेहं स्वरूपं ध्यायतं सद्गुरुश्वेतरूपमलं श्वेताम्बरं शोभितं कर्णेन कुण्डलश्वेतशोभ्रमुकुटं हेरावणीमण्डितं नानामालमुक्तादिशोभितगला पद्मासने सुस्थितं दयाब्धिरवीरसुप्रसन्नवदनं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि द्वैपदं द्वैभुजं प्रसन्नवदनं द्वैनेत्रं दयालं सेलीकण्ठमाल ऊर्ध्वतिलकं श्वेताम्बरीमेखला चक्राङ्कितशिरटोपरत्नखचितं द्वैपञ्चताराधरे वन्दे सद्गुरुयोगदण्डसहितं कबीर करुणामयं ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरोपदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा वंदनीय गुरु साहिब को बार बार कर जोड़ दया करन संशय हरन संत रूप प्रभु तोड़ मंगलमय मंगल करन मंगल रूप कबीर ध्यान धरत नाशत सकल कर्म जनित भव पीर बंदो सन्मुख सदगुरु शीश भेट धरु हाथ वचन उचारो बंदगी सत्य प्रेम के साथ चरण बंदगी चरण सेवा अजर मूल विस्तार साहिब कबीर को बंदगी पहुँचे उतरे सिर से भार कहे कबीर सुनो धर्मदास चरण बंदगी करो प्रकाश ज्ञानी ध्यानी नागा निर्वाणी कोठारी भंडारी खत दर्शन चार संप्रदाय 52 द्वारा चार गुरु बंस दयालिस की दया सकल हंस के बंदगी साहिब बोलिए सदगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय धनी धर्मदास साहिब की जय चूड़ामणि नाम साहिब की जय पंश्री हजूर उदित नाम साहिब की जय पंश्री हजूर मुकुंदमणि नाम साहिब की जय पंश्री हजूर अर्ध नाम साहिब की जय मंत्री देवचंदा साहिब की जय सब संत समाज की जय साहिब बंदगी साहिब बंदगी साहिब बंदगी
It'll go over the footprints, right?
तेरी दर्शाना